Welcome to the TC Plus Show. Today, we have our guest, Mose. Welcome.
Thanks, Corey.
This is the first time
It's
we're having
an
a
honor.
handshake.
Yeah, it's like a boy like
First
Mose.
to first.
Oh,
You got to
thanks.
do a
Appreciate
handshake.
it.
No
Yeah.
problem.
And
It's an honor.
excited to have you here.
Excited to be here.
Whenever I have a guest on, I kind of try to think like, how did we first meet? How did we kind of come to be? I couldn't really remember. It just kind of felt like maybe in our young teen years, our lives kind of slowly boinked into each other a bit here and there, and we got to know each other more. But you might, I thought maybe you've got a better story.
I don't know if it's a better story. I always think Midwest meetings were kind of like those big moments, but I think they were mutual cousins.
Mutual
Maybe
cousins.
I attended not mutual cousins. You had cousins that were friends of mine.
Okay.
So I think I kind
There
of
you
knew
go.
you, but
Yep.
I would say probably those joint Midwest meetings is
Yeah.
where, and then
Yeah.
Elaw's high school
Yep.
years.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't have like a,
Yeah.
this is my first time.
That's
I
what-
have first time I met the Lichty family, not this gentleman,
Right. Yes.
but I don't know, it was like maybe 5 or 6, and my family and 2 other families went to the Toronto Zoo, and your older siblings were along.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that's how I got introduced to the Lichty family, and then I don't know if I wouldn't have a story of when I like first met you or
No.
Or we
We
connected,
haven't had a
but-
whole lot to do with each other.
Yeah.
Big age gap in there and stuff like
True.
that. Lives at different points, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Tyler's still a pretty young.
I'm
fresh
still a young
fella.
buck. Yeah.
Spring chicken. Is
yeah. Yeah.
that the right word? I think that's what they call them.
Yeah. I don't know
So
if it's a
Corey,
word.
Corey, this is a little bit of a side
Oh,
step
here we
here,
go.
but like the thing is
Sidebar.
that I think this needs to be brought up before we get into anything else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
So you don't read the comments much on our episodes, do you?
No.
So
Not a
I
lot.
try to kind of keep up with them. I'm a little bit slower than I should be, but
I don't read them either.
no. Thanks, man. Anyways, it's not really your job to either, but if you want, go on.
I might
Anyways,
now.
so we got 2 requests, Corey, and for us that's a lot.
Okay.
This is a lot.
Okay.
We've had 2 requests to do a game called, because of Gary's episode, we got requests to rock, paper, scissors, wedgie.
Oh,
I don't know
dear
what that
Lord.
is.
I don't either.
But people want us to do it on an episode sometime.
People or a person?
2 people. 2 different people. 2 separate people asked to do rock, paper, scissors, wedgie.
I don't think that's like family friendly.
Probably not. But hey, I just want you to know that we're getting requests for things.
Yeah. Okay.
And-
Well, maybe. Yeah.
I think we should fulfill requests when we can, depending on the request.
Do you think we should play it?
I don't know. I need to look up what it is first, and then we can decide from there.
Goodness me.
But to those of you that asked, we hear you. We're thinking about it.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
I'm a little terrified, honestly. Like,
Same.
Yeah.
if you were listening, if you were listening to the Gary episode,
Yeah.
I think I like clearly stated that I was terrified of his older brother because of these wedgies.
It's true. I can't say I'm goosing to play it, but I mean,
You might be down.
you got to listen to what the people have to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tyler's-
Anything for fame.
yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's all I have to say.
That's
on that.
it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
So am I getting a wedgie or
all.
not a
No,
wedgie?
no. We don't want to make it worse. For
I
you
wasn't
than it
aware of it, but
Okay,
who
good.
knows? You're sitting beside Tyler, so
is. I'm not a big wedgie man myself, but
Okay.
I can whip one out if you really need.
I'll be okay.
All right, sweet. Cheers.
all right. So I think we're gonna start with 3 quick questions, Mose.
All right.
Maybe they'll be long. Maybe they'll be quick.
That's what you ask.
What is one of the best experiences you have had in life?
Oof.
Maybe that's a little deep.
That's very broad. I mean, this might take a bit to get his
Well,
answer figured out, but maybe
I do have
got
a travel story, but it could be a couple minutes long. But it was okay.
No, let's hop to it, baby.
It's coming on. All right. 2018, April 27th.
He knows the date and everything.
I do
What time?
because it was a very, what did you say? Exciting? No,
Best experience.
experience. It was an experience. There's so much background. Okay, I'll try to be quick about this. We were on a world tour. Basically, we woke up in Vietnam. I mean, we had been there before, but this was the country we were in, me and a buddy. And we were on motorbikes. We had bought motorbikes a couple weeks. No, the week earlier that we had come into Vietnam, just like these Honda winds that go 70 kilometers an hour and
Nice.
max out. Kill your butt after an hour or two of driving on them straight. But anyways, it was the day we were driving into Cambodia to cross the border. We were going to cross the border on the bikes. We get up, have breakfast. I think we had our 7th flat in like 5 days. Not quite, but so we got that fixed. We're on the road. About 10 minutes outside of the border, I have to pee. It's a road trip, you know. So I see a river, pull off to the side of the road, drive on down, do my business, and we're getting back on, and we see this little campfire and a bunch of like Vietnamese men just sitting around. So I don't know how we got introduced to them, but all of a sudden we're over there sitting around this campfire with them, and they're like trying to talk to us. We're trying to talk to them. Both of us don't speak each other's language, so we're just sitting there, and they start feeding us. So that's what we do. We eat their food, and they just kind of keep giggling. We keep giggling, and not much is going on. And we had just had breakfast like half hour earlier, so like I'm getting stuffed, and I'm like, I can't keep eating, but I don't want to be rude, whatever. So we finally, I think, get to that point, and then we're trying to figure out, well, what are we eating? And they keep pointing to the sky, and we're like, okay, we just assumed it was a bird or something. And anyways, one of the guys leaves, and like 20 minutes later, he comes back with a live duck, and he gifts it to us. And we're like, okay, what are we going to do with a live duck? We're supposed to cross this border in like 10 minutes. We can't take a duck across the border, but we're like, I don't know. We try giving it back. They're like, no, for you. So we end up, okay, it's in a little plastic bag. So kind of carry it on
It's
our...
still alive.
Still alive, yeah.
Yeah.
Carry it on our motorbike and go for a drive. Maybe like 5 minutes down the road, we turn off and we like go down a back road, find a random stranger and be like, hey, you want a duck? And they're like, sure. So we continue on, but this isn't the end of the story because we cross the border, things go fine. I think there's this big bridge. I remember like crossing over in the middle of it. We like get off and stop, check out the views. There's this policeman kind of security guarding there, and he's chewing on some bread. And I go over and kind of just like, I don't know, say hi or just do whatever. And ends up just kind of breaking the bread with me. We're just chilling there, guarding this big bridge in Cambodia, chewing bread together and just nodding at each other, grinning at each other. And another great experience, but we continue. We get to Phnom Penh. Sorry, it was a long story.
Oh, that's all right.
No, it's good. It's good.
The final of the whole thing, we, I think, hang out, go for dinner. My buddy, we stopped at like a hostel for the night. So my buddy goes to bed. It's maybe like 9:30, 10 at night. And I'm just like, oh, I'm in a new city. Like, I got to go check things out. Like, just go for a walk. But I'm like, I don't really know how the city is. So I'm going to leave my phone. I'm going to leave and all my cash back. And I'm just going to go walk around. So in case I get robbed, they can't take anything from me. So I head out into town, just walk. I kept in like the back of my head, I knew like which turns I took, and things go well. We see different sites, a few dimly lit areas, a couple people wanting to just see if I wanted some extra care and personal love, and I'm just like, no, it's all good. Marriage, you know. And I think one time I got a little tired, slept on a park bench for like 15 minutes, but so I get back to the hostel. It's like right there, and this random guy, he comes up to me, and I think he spoke a little bit of English, but he's just like, let's go hang out or something, or just, I don't really know, but he's like really trying to convince me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired, man. Like, I just want to go to bed. Like, no, thank you. But he's like, let's just go. And I just kept like really trying to not. And all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Let's do it. What do you want to do? Let's go hang out. So I follow this stranger down the streets. And again, in the back of my head, I'm like, I know which street I'm on. I know what turns I need to do in case I need to run. At one point, he like stops this motorbike and he's like hops on and he's like trying to get me to get on. I'm like, I can't do that. Like once I'm on there, I don't have control. So who knows? But finally he's like, okay, fine. You're not going to get on. So we walk around a bit and then we get up to like this little restaurant. He's like, let's stop and eat here. And I'm like, hey man, I have no money. He's like, oh no worries. I'll take care of it. I'm like, okay. So we sit down, have some food, hang out. And at one point the restaurant like owner, he spoke like really good English. He comes up, he's like, this guy's pretty like intoxicated, just be careful. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I know, like I had sensed that already and knew. I'm just like, and then I was like, well, what's his deal? Like, what does he want? He's like, he just wants to hang out, make you happy. I'm like, okay, cool. So we hung out, had food, headed back to the hostel. On the way back, he picks up like this $100 USD bill that was in the gutter. It's fake, but he gives it to me. I still have it in my wallet.
Nice.
Forgot to bring it in with me, but we get back. He sleeps. There was like a cart like outside our hostel, like one of those things that sells like food, and he hops into that. I say goodnight and go into the hostel, have a good night's rest. The next morning, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go see if he's there. Just say thank you. I get over. He's still sleeping, conked out. I try waking him up. Like, nothing. Like he's passed out. So I ended up just grabbing a bandana from my backpack that I had, tied it around his leg, bright red, and said thank you via that way. And that was my big momentous
Nice,
day.
nice.
Rich experience.
So
Long
like
story for
overall, kind of like the whole
day
24
was just
hours or whatever.
a wild day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And just like, I don't know, blessed by people.
Yeah.
Complete strangers. And yeah, I call it Saigon Day now, but
Yeah.
every once in a while, well, if I remember, have a big feast or
Nice.
eat some good food on that day.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't expect this to happen. I was kept on waiting for the duck to come back around somehow.
I wish.
He finds his owner again or something. It's like,
I mean,
this
in-
duck was meant for you, man.
In hindsight, I'm pretty sure we could have got it across the border.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
or we just left our
Yeah.
bikes, went in, did our thing. But
Yeah.
then I don't know what we would have done
Yeah.
with the duck. But
Fair enough.
should have.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So,
Tyler, do you got a
Yes, sir.
question for Mose?
I got a question here. This is going to be your average job interview question.
oh, nice.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh. That's not a question you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so, and
Oh,
that's why
boy.
I wanted to ask it. Yeah.
Oh man, that is a good question. I ask myself that sometimes.
Just wandering with the wind.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe north. Maybe around here. Ooh. Honestly, I don't have a very good answer for that, but
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
yeah.
That's fine. Sounds good.
It's just too free.
It's just too free. Yeah, I'm not wearing the right sweater. It said wild and free, one of them, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that tells a lot about you, though.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, I always tell myself, like, the older I'm getting, the more I'm leaning towards settling down. I just don't know where that is, what that is. If it's here, if it's up north. Yeah. I think that's a big question I'm asking myself right now. So
Absolutely.
I don't
So-
have a concrete plan for you. Sorry.
So I've got a real easy question for
boy.
you now. Do you have any pets?
Yes. Which pets do you want? So I have a
hear it.
dog. Her name's Gladys. She's a husky, maybe a wolf. Everyone calls her Wolf. She's from the res up north that I used to work on. She's savage, but she's also sweet. She'll bring groundhogs up to me to the front lawn as a gift of love, but she also eats my chickens. I also have chickens as
Right.
pets, so
Shoot,
between
geez.
chickens and dog, yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably my two pets.
Cool.
I don't know. I have a weird fascination about chickens. I've always had little
Yeah.
like birds since I grown up. So
Yep.
right now I have some Polish hens
Mm.
and a frizzle rooster, and we're gonna see what they procreate. Look it up sometime.
Will they procreate?
yeah.
Okay.
I have
Cool.
chicks
Some
right now,
science
so
experiments
yeah.
over here. Yeah.
I'm just not old enough to know like what.
Interesting.
But they're supposed to be a frizzle
Mm-hmm.
Polish mix.
Interesting.
You'll have to look up after.
Cool. I don't know how
Yeah.
any of those look, but yeah.
Yeah.
The frizzles are just like their hair is basically like frizzled,
Nice.
and then the Polish ones are the ones with like the big
Tufted up top.
poof, like the 70s
Wow.
poof for my sister when she was in youth group. Poof.
Just calling her out.
Sister
Sorry.
catching strays. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, I think we're gonna move on into the next section about kind of what you're thinking about.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the topic that I'm bringing, or what we're going to talk
It's whatever
about. Well,
you're vibing.
yeah. Well, I had many ideas, but I think the one we're going to go with is just like, if, your audience might be wondering, well, how do you guys look so fresh every time you're on here? So,
That's exactly what they've been thinking. Well, actually, we've had comments about Corey. So
okay. Well,
That was-
I'm going to.
That was back when I had my beard, though.
yeah, but you still have a beard. It was a bigger
Well,
beard back then,
It
but
was.
like
This beard doesn't barely count.
Okay.
one person said this man is so beautiful, I'd die for him. That's
I know.
the exact thing
Well,
they said.
So
And
how?
That's got to be an ego booster. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. I was going to like.
You know what
This
that
is
you know what that was?
What was it?
It's probably Tyler on his
On my alt account?
his troll account.
Yeah. No, it wasn't, I promise. Some random person. But hey, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well,
Hey, thanks for spreading the
Yeah,
love there,
no
Tyler.
problem. No problem.
what's your routine, your hygiene? How did you get to a point where someone would be willing to die for your
It's
looks?
true. Yeah, die for you. His
Die
man
for
is so
you.
beautiful, I'd die for
Yeah.
I think that's. There's a lot of people make a lot of promises, but like when it all comes down to it, will they keep those promises? And I have a feeling that person wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
You think that's a bit of a
If it was
Maybe
coming,
not
if it
right
was
now
coming,
because the beard's not
yeah, fair enough.
there.
Like it came down to it, like I'd probably be on my own.
It's true. There's a slight chance that
But-
person is just the most pure-hearted soul ever.
Yeah. I don't know if
I-
I'd die for your looks, but I might
Well, let's
die for you, Corey.
yeah. Catch a grenade for me.
I used to hate that song, but I almost sang it. Probably don't want to hear me sing it.
Hey, actually, I'd be interested.
So like, let's talk about the beard, okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
How do you maintain like this glorious,
It's
envy-inducing,
It's in the
Yes.
genes.
manly beard?
It's
Okay.
in the genes. Like
This
I
is
like
not
It
in
is
the genes.
thick and full.
I can't like. I'm sorry, but I can't take like the credit for that.
Okay.
It grows and it grows fast and it grows thick and it grows. It just grows with every synonym kind of that you can think of for like.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, growing
Almost
genes
brings a
comes
tear
from
to the
your mother,
eye.
doesn't it?
From who?
From your mom, right? I think that's what the
I've-
moms pass it on. Is from what I hear.
I have no idea. I
I hear it comes from.
So
the
like
females.
you know like the whole like balding thing. It's from your
Yeah.
mom's father.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe the beard isn't like that.
No, but like my mom's father was very bald, and
Hey, your mom's father. That's my mom's father.
yeah,
That's
exactly,
crazy. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bit of BS because I don't know. My barber doesn't think I'm gonna be bald, but we'll see.
Well, I sure hope.
I've had very thick hair for a
Are
long
you
time.
gonna be bald?
I don't know. That's a good question. I sure hope not too. But it could. It's a worry. It's gonna come in the next like 5 years. I'm gonna start thinning out the hair.
Oh, mine thins out.
Does it?
Oh, I've been losing a lot of hair compared to.
Okay, but your
where I was.
barber says you're not gonna be bald though.
They're still like they laugh at me when I tell them that my hair is thinner. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, "This is some of the thickest hair I've dealt with."
Nice.
Do you
Hey, that's good.
do you notice it fill out more if it's longer? Like when I had long hair, I really noticed that I lost a lot of
I
hair.
think a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've really had long
So
hair.
then the other thing though, so like growing the beard, okay, that just happens.
Okay.
But then to like be able to mentally keep it there because of like the feeling and stuff,
yeah.
that like takes some work.
Okay.
So like I use the beard butter of
Ooh.
some sort, I think.
Nice.
We
and
gotta be
like-
having the product names here so people can buy them. We should have links down the description that like give us a little bit of money when they
Oh,
buy it. via our
affiliate links.
Yeah.
No, it's. I used to do a bit of beard oil.
Okay.
I was getting itchy and stuff. Then I found this beard butter, tried it, and it was very fantastic.
Revolutionary.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it just my itching stopped.
Oh, okay.
I used to have to like
Revolutionary.
do head and shoulders on my beard
Mm.
to like treat the skin under it, and then like oil and all that stuff. I don't have to head and shoulders it anymore with the
Beard butter.
yeah.
Just a
it
one
just
product
works.
suits
It just
everything.
works.
Hmm.
It's still a lot of work because then like you come out of the shower, you got to dry like 2 sets of like you dry the top and you dry the bottom, and like they're both equally wet. It takes more time. You got to dry it. You got to put beard butter in it occasionally. You got to comb it. it's maintenance, and that's why I only keep it in the winter. When it's
Yeah,
time for
fair.
summer and it's warm, shink, off
And
it
you
comes.
can grow it in a month or two,
No,
3, 6.
3 months would have a decent beard, I think, because like I'm not sure what this would be. This might be a month and a half. I don't know.
So like, how much when you have it long in the winter? How much extra time per day does it take, or does it add on to the routine?
I don't know. Say 5 minutes.
Okay.
Nice.
Any other keeping it fresh tips? Maybe Tyler's
Yeah.
got some.
No,
Yeah, Tyler.
I want to hear what Mosey has to say here.
Well,
I don't keep
I
it
don't
fresh.
know.
Okay.
I don't keep it fresh either.
No?
I'm very like, I don't know if minimal is the right word, but have you guys heard of the no poo movement?
No.
I haven't really heard of the movement per se. Is it a movement?
I don't know if it's a movement.
Tell
Please
me about
tell
it.
us though.
So,
Enlighten us.
I would have first been introduced to it by my brother. And basically, it's the idea. So, poo as in shampoo, not
So
the fecal
What
bowel
is-
movement poo.
when I first heard no poo,
Tell me.
I was thinking, like, what kind of crazy people think that it's healthy not to poop?
I don't know.
Anyway, so I was glad that
Yeah.
got cleared up.
Yeah. Well, people, I think, majority would be like, well, what kind of crazy people think it's healthy not to shampoo? But I'm not like, so I guess I don't know if I'm a part of the movement, but I'm slid in.
Dabbling
like,
a bit.
Well, my brother kind of introduced me, and I think the intrigue that got me is so your body produces like your scalp produces a natural oil called sebum, sebum. Apparently, I'm not very well versed in this.
That's like the weightlifter, sebum. I don't know why
I've
my
never heard
brain
that
translated
before.
to that, but
Yeah.
hey, shout out weightlifter sebum. Anyways, keep going.
No poo movement.
Yeah.
Um, but so it would say that like it produces enough that it could naturally like just washes your hair. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like my body naturally does this. Let's give it a whirl. I don't have like a crazy story, but like people will talk about when I've looked it up that the first 3 or 4 weeks are like terrifying because your hair just like, my understanding is your body overcompensates in the oil it builds to fight off like the chemicals in shampoo. So when you like stop using shampoo, all of a sudden you have like a built like excess oils. So then your hair's like super greasy or whatever. But yeah, it's basically the idea that some people do it because it's economical. You don't have to buy shampoo and your body like naturally does it. Other people do it because, zero waste. We don't want to use as much plastic. And then some people do it just, they would use like more natural, like only natural ingredients. I mean, personally, I just use water. I get a lot of flack for it. A lot of my coworkers like, what? And they say, I don't know. They say every once in a while my head stinks. I think that's just them thinking that it's gross not to use shampoo, but it might. But
So thinking back now, I do remember that your brother was on that. Is he still?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't talked to him about it.
It's been quite a while back that he.
Yeah,
did this
this
lot?
would have been like probably late, like 2016, 17,
Yeah,
maybe
I
earlier.
do remember that.
So I've probably been 2018, 2019.
Pretty dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've just kind of
Well,
gotten used to it.
So you've just been chumming on this for a while then. I kind of expect this to be like last year, but
No, it's been ongoing.
Mhm.
And I mean, there's times where I'm just like, I don't know. If I go to the barber or something, I'll maybe like throw some in or like,
Yeah.
but
What about you're just, sometimes I'm working in like a very dirty environment. How does
Yeah.
that work?
just a lot more scratching and a lot more water.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because like, I'll be
I
like,
don't know.
man, there's crust in my
Yeah.
hair. Like particles of sand or
Yeah.
wood shavings or whatever. And I'm trying to get them out and they don't come out. But then when I put shampoo in,
rinse it in.
it just kind of comes out.
I don't know. I think I've just gotten so used to like not doing it that I just utilize water and
you just
figure it
knows how to
out,
use the water.
I guess.
Mhm.
Or it just,
Yeah.
or maybe there's still crusties in there.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be like, oh man, you got to do this. It's
Yeah.
just more like a thing. Like
I-
I don't care if you use shampoo, but what's like anyone who's marketing shampoo would say like, oh, like it's very hot. Like you got to do this. Like look at the marketing, look at the history. Did people way back when use shampoo?
Yeah, who?
When did shampoo become like a big thing? And it's maybe a bit more of a topic, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I like to kind of,
I'm not a daily shampooer.
yeah, I don't think. Why? Even when I was like, I probably should look into this a bit more if I'm gonna bring the topic on to kind of well versed. But like, yeah, people talked about like not shampooing as much or like less, just given some of the chemicals you might find in. But I don't know what that all is, and there's probably ingredients that have natural more like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tyler, are you a daily shampooer?
I'm a daily shampooer. I would say though, I like there are times when you need to take 2 showers a day. Maybe you played in a volleyball tournament. Then, or well, I guess it really depends. If I'm kind of dirty but not incredibly dirty, then I'll like for the second time, then I'll just not use shampoo.
Right.
I don't want to, because I have heard overusing. There's such a thing as overuse, so I try not to. But maybe once a day is overuse. I don't really know.
I don't either.
I haven't done any research into it.
What's
But-
the healthy balance?
Yeah, it's like life is all about balance, there, guys. It's all about balance. So
We've got one extreme on the. Well, I guess not,
Yeah.
but we got 2 extremes on the
we
sofa
do.
there.
we do.
Guess who's I'm hiding my hair.
That's
Is
Yeah.
that because
Maybe that's more telling than anything.
I think
Well, no,
it's some
it's
good
just not
locks.
hair.
I think.
No, they're luscious.
thick,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
soft. I
Are
do.
you gonna go bald?
I'm hoping not to. I don't think so.
That's good.
I don't.
I would not have a problem if I go bald.
No?
Not just shave it.
Yeah. Well, you got a nice
Yeah.
beard genetics there.
That's true.
I think bald and beard goes well. But if
Bald
you're
and
bald,
mustache?
ooh, that's
Because
interesting.
I can't grow a beard, but
Yeah.
I can do a stash.
No, I mean, I think depending on the person, they can make it
Oh,
work.
yeah.
You're one of those guys that can make just about anything work, I think.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Like Corey bald and beard, I think would go pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Who
just-
knows what I'd do?
I feel like,
But like,
yeah,
why does it matter?
I'm not saying it does,
No. Okay.
but like,
You can
most
go to
people like to have
Turkey
hair.
if you want hair
Fair.
transplants. Apparently,
Yes.
saw
Yeah.
that when I was there. Wild.
Any other hygiene thoughts,
Uh,
or do you got more thoughts on the no poo?
no, just check it out, research it, see
Try
what
it.
you think.
Try it out.
Yeah,
Do
try it
some
out. But
research.
if you are trying it out, you have to give it probably a good 4 weeks.
4 weeks,
2
so
months,
months,
and
2 months.
I think most hairs, there's maybe, I don't know, just research it, check it out, see, and look at both sides because there'll be arguments for both,
So
and you'll find a lot of flack.
during that time. Where your hair is like extra greasy? Is there anything you can do to combat that, or
I don't know.
it's just the way it is?
Just plug through,
Sand it.
be, stand firm. What's the word?
Yeah.
Just, yeah,
Be a man.
be a man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm curious. Quick deodorant or cologne.
Cologne.
Like when you use deodorant, are you guys like? I guess I'll go first. I find what's cheap, but it's got to be like the blue. I can't do the white kind of powdery. It's not really powder.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by the white?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So I've been kind of naturally I like the white stuff better.
Tell me more.
So like when you're blue, it's kind of got like a bit of a clear to it.
Yeah, but not
slippery.
like the one that's like very liquidy that you like poke through those
No,
holes.
no,
Not that.
It's like a solid, but it's
Yeah.
kind of clear, kind of blue, depending.
Yeah, like
I
Old
don't
Spice has them.
know. Okay.
I think Speed Stick.
Old Spice also has a white one.
They do. Yeah.
I like that one better.
Okay.
But talking about natural stuff, I've been trying to do more colognes with what is it? There's like a metal that's it. Or not colognes, deodorants that have like low or no. I forget what it is. Is it magnesium?
I don't know what metal it is. or
Zinc?
whatever.
Maybe.
I forget what it is.
All of the above. Yeah.
Something, because supposedly it's bad,
Ooh, it's good
but
to
I don't know.
I should probably know. I go no poo, but then I'm
Yeah.
So
putting other chemicals.
I try to find some that don't have that, but also work. And there's one that has, it's white, and it's like very hard and granular or powdery. I love it. One of the other things I find though, that if I use the same deodorant like day after day, it works less for me as time goes on. So like I have 2 separate sticks that I'll have, like a going away stick and a everyday stick.
Interesting.
And by you switching them, Tyler's just losing it.
No, I like it. I love it.
By switching them, I feel like I don't get as much stank. But if I keep the same one going, which I do the odd time because you run out of the one and you haven't gotten to the store to get the next one, so you just use one.
Yeah.
And suddenly it just feels like my body becomes accustomed to it. Like I can override this and make stank.
Interesting.
Finds a way.
The other thing though that I have found with a lot of extreme exercise, if you do a lot of sweating, I feel like my body odor is less generally then. Like if you're just I was doing like cycling like every other day for like an hour or 2, and you're just pouring that water out of your pores. It felt like I had a lot less body odor than when I'm not. And even when I was sweaty, it just didn't seem to stink as much.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's all in my head or not, but
More research.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
This is a conversation I can't really jump in too well because I don't have a sense of smell, and that's where this is the biggest. It's the biggest problem.
You
with
can't
it
do
that I
the
run into.
sniff test,
I
eh?
have no idea. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh,
Eternally.
that's
Smell the speed
true.
stick.
Like that's like the one issue with this, with the no smell thing.
Yeah.
So I got no clue, man.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
what's best.
Fair enough.
Well,
Well, how about we move on?
sounds good.
Let's go to the book of questions, Mose. Basically, what we're gonna do we're gonna scroll through here,
Oh no.
and
it's
you say stop. And then I poke at a question,
It's
and then
like that inspirational scripture reading some mornings when you don't know where to look.
for some people, yeah,
Read today.
yeah.
So are we? I feel like for this guy though, we can't let him skip back to other questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be
first
tough
one?
on Mose?
it's
No, you get
okay.
3 options. You get 3 options.
What do you mean 3 options?
I think we should change it, Corey.
No, like
we need to
we
change.
like if you don't like the first question, we can move on to number 2. If you don't like 2, we can move on
You're
to number
thinking
3.
no
But I'm
option
saying
to move on.
you can move on, maybe just not move back.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're like, oh, this question's decent, but I think it can get better. If you get a worse one, you can't go back to that one.
But if it's really bad, I'll give him a free pass.
Okay, whatever. I guess we can't burn out our guests too aggressively.
Like if you're putting people in the hot seat, Tyler, no one's gonna come on.
Well, that's just
Exactly. Exactly, Mose.
Yeah, I've had to do some, some sweet talking to get some more people interested.
You've been
It's working. It's working so well.
You've been threatening wedgies. You've been threatening
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
choices, Tyler. Like,
Hey.
the
what's
heck,
going
Tyler?
on?
Yeah, I know. We will not do wedgies unless you're comfortable with it. Anyways, go on. Let's go.
All right,
All right.
let the show begin. You tell me when to stop.
Stop right.
Okay, which
Okay,
side
he's
of
a
the
quick
page?
stopper.
Which
Go right.
right? Which is right? This is
This
my
is
right.
right.
Yeah.
Come on,
you
Corey.
think, Corey?
What do you love to do for me time?
Would you like to take that question, or would you like to move on to the next one?
That's not a bad question.
Yeah.
It's probably good. I'm a sucker for the outdoors or just like getting outside. Me time. That's just me alone. I don't know. I enjoy gardening or just like a bit of a green thumb.
Me
So doing
time,
that.
like if you're a social man, me time can also be with other people. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I
That
don't know that it can be.
I mean,
kinda
I
like a
do
solo
enjoy
experience.
it feels very like
being with like not lots of people,
Yeah.
but like some of those core people
Yeah.
in your life, just hanging out. That's rejuvenating time for me.
I think like as a social person, like as an extreme extrovert, if you can have to like figure out like what do you like to do with me time, that might be kind of difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I would say
Or do you just kind of
late teens, I was a really big extrovert. but feel like in the last decade I've really,
Just
I can say I'm still extroverted, but also like
yeah.
I'm a lot more just, I like my space. I
Yeah.
like being alone.
In the
having people
outdoors.
around, in the outdoors, in water.
Yeah.
Like,
You a little bit of a
get me
fish.
in.
Like, are you a bit of a fish?
A bit of a fish. Well, I probably friends would say so. Like if I see a body of water that's just like beckoning for me to come
Right.
in,
Yeah,
I
you
will
jump in. Okay.
jump
Yeah.
in,
Or-
cold or not.
Yeah. That's fair.
If it's super cold, I might turn around and hopefully it doesn't get caught on video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't like me time. Just I think
Sounds good.
nature.
Okay. Food for thought.
Sweet.
Let's go.
Didn't bring any samplers this time.
I can't believe it. Like we got my
You've
boy
had
Mo
samplers
the
on here
pod.
before.
Had a sampler on my previous guest.
On
This
the
time,
episode.
this time it didn't happen. Maybe if you get some more big stories, we'll have you back and
All right.
get a real sampler of
Pull a few out of
something.
my back pocket.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're pretty accustomed to eating funky stuff, especially from like that campfire and not knowing what it was.
Yeah.
But it's hot dogs. Food for thought is hot dogs. So first question:
Let's go.
yes or no, hot or not?
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Sorry,
like
what-
is-
what?
do you like the hot dog or do you not like the hot dog?
Oh,
I've got the
okay.
hots for a hot dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I'd dabble with a hot
you
dog.
dabble, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you feel a little bad though eating a hot dog, like hearing all like what might be in them, what could be in them, what they are?
No, I'm a big fan of processed food.
I don't think about it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like I know it's probably not great, but
Yeah.
hot dogs are so versatile.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also enjoy a hot dog, especially like over a campfire or on the smoker barbecue. Man, you can just like elevate those.
Like the other thing, I remember what. Okay, so we're hot dogs. We got to shout out to Costco hot dogs because
Okay.
Right.
I don't know how many times, but I worked near Costco this past year, and often like if I didn't have food or whatever, or I was just like bored out of my mind or wanted on break, I would slip out to Costco.
Yeah.
You don't have
We
a
had
membership.
We mentioned the on break part.
I was I was in the office and I could only leave when I was on break, but
Yeah. They locked you in.
pretty much. But you can sneak in if you don't have a membership and still get Costco food.
Yeah.
$1.50 gets you a Costco
Hot
and
dog and a
pop.
drink. Yeah.
So not a bad deal.
A hot dog and a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For $1.50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's no slouch of a hot dog
steal.
either.
No, it's like a foot long. But
Okay,
anyway,
but is it just me, or do other people like burp the taste of that hot dog after you eat it?
probably. I think I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
I
don't
just
know.
remember one time I was living with my buddy in Kitchener.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up hot dogs. I don't know. I think I was going past Costco. Had a weakness, but I brought him back, and then he like cooked up like a gourmet, like sautéed onions, probably some sauerkraut, like maybe some hot peppers, and just like glorified these hot dogs. So like
Nice.
that's what I mean by hot dogs are versatile.
Yeah.
You can like eat them at a campfire with ketchup. You can throw them in your eggs, chop them up, your mac and cheese. You can have a gourmet hot dog dinner,
Nice. Yeah.
barbecued hot dogs. Like,
I love the saltiness of it.
yeah.
It's just like
And
good.
if you're really in a bush, have any of you ever eaten a raw hot dog?
Oh,
yeah.
as a child, yes. Not recently.
I just had one 2 days ago, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler.
I was a little hungry.
Oh my
There's a
goodness.
pack of unopened hot dogs in the fridge. I was like, let me just
my
grab one of those
goodness.
and take a munch.
I think I might have taken a bite out of one before I cooked it recently.
Right.
but
Oh my goodness.
Not the
You
whole
guys.
thing, but
I haven't done that in like, I don't know, easy 10, 20 plus
I
years.
think it's about time you start again. Corey.
No. That would give me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
just a
Fully
hard
cooked, man. It's, I mean,
Yeah.
more or less.
well, I said
Is
that,
it?
and then someone was like, "No, it's not," and I'm like,
Oh,
"Is it
Does
not?
it say
I
that
don't
on the
know."
package?
I just assumed it was.
Same.
Yeah, maybe check it out.
I
And
haven't
someone's
gotten
like,
sick
you'll
from
get
an uncooked hot
salmonella.
dog yet,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
You
know,
Maybe
you are.
one day.
So-
Are hot dogs a sandwich?
That was my next question,
Okay,
Tyler. I love
okay,
it. Bring it
yeah.
up. A hot
No.
dog on a bun is a sandwich.
No,
Why not? What is it?
it's a hot dog on a bun. It's its own thing.
Okay, no, but like what's a sandwich?
It's like a piece of bread that's not connected to another piece of bread.
That's it. That's it right there.
So what's a sub?
A sub's a sandwich. Because it's
because
two
it's
different pieces of bread.
cut through.
But if you get a Subway sub, they're only cut and they open up.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually. Subway subs are a little bit weird. Subway
That's a
subs might
sub.
just be hot dogs.
No.
Burger's a sandwich though?
What is a type of sandwich?
A burger's a burger.
A burger's objectively a type of sandwich.
Burger's a burger. Hot dog's a hot dog. Sub's a sub.
So he just goes and defines everything by their normal names.
So here's what I like when the menu says they're handheld.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a very good all-encompassing title,
Okay.
right?
That's like encompassing burgers, subs,
Hot dogs.
Reuben.
yes.
That's a sandwich.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. Like, I was looking up is hot dog like I was looking up like different thoughts on is hot dog a sandwich, and I kind of got convinced that a hot dog is a sandwich. Like
I could tell by the way you came across
Yeah.
there.
because like it's kind of like a sub. Like if you hold it sideways, you've got bread on top, bread on the bottom. It's like and something in the middle, and that's like the definition of a
Do
sandwich.
you eat your hot dog sideways, Corey?
I don't.
But then the question becomes: if you
Your stuff's gonna fall off.
eat a Reuben sideways, you just clamp that bad boy so the stuff doesn't squeeze out. Is that then not a sandwich? Because
You never eat that sideways though.
I know, but like we're posing this question here for.
I appreciate
for
that.
Oz.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you out.
I know,
You
I
should
hear
be
that,
happy.
but like
I
you
don't,
just
I'm
don't.
not following the rules.
No, I
sideways.
understand.
Like take the
So, like-
sandwich and go upright and bite it. Like
No.
no, it doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
But I think somewhere had a point in there. It doesn't really matter though. What I'm trying to say, what I will say though, is like if I think if the bread's connected, it doesn't count as a sandwich.
Okay.
So Subway subs are not sandwiches officially.
That's Tyler's opinion.
That's my opinion. Corey has a different opinion. Mosey has a totally different opinion than that yet because he thinks everything is its own thing.
Its own thing, yeah.
But
Like when I think of sandwich, I think of like
I hear
that
you.
piece of square bread on top
Yeah.
of that piece of square. Like even a Kaiser bun, I don't.
Oh, Kaiser's a sandwich.
Kaiser's a sandwich, brother.
Just different bun on it.
But I don't picture that when I picture sandwich.
No,
picture,
I agree.
Dagwood Bumstead from
Yep.
the comics with
Yes.
like 17 layers
I agree.
biting in with his.
Yeah.
But then it's like maybe there's more to the sandwich than what your mind first jumps to as a sandwich.
Yeah.
No. Very well. Well, hey, we'll leave it.
Maybe.
We'll leave it at that. Let the people.
I might have to do
Hey,
more.
Let the people
research.
settle it in the
I
comments.
need to
Yeah.
ask for comments again. Please comment if a hot dog's a sandwich.
And a sub because
And
Tyler
what?
doesn't
Oh,
seem like
yeah.
he's quite convinced.
No, a sub is a sandwich, just not Subway subs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well. Okay. Let's move on to our next section.
And go get yourself a Costco hot dog if you haven't.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
I-
Tyler
I've
hasn't.
never tried one, but I got to get on that.
Yeah. Okay. Next subject. I was thinking about how Mose was living semi off grid. I think is that a good way to put it?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, because
When
I
I
wanted,
first looked,
I
I thought you
say,
said off grid, and I'm like,
I want to say off grid, and I was like, how about semi off grid? Tell us,
yeah, I think I did.
like, okay, what amenities, like, how were you
Okay.
living?
Yeah, that's good because I had to go back. I think I'm just going to kind of go back in the timeline. I was gone for a while and I came home. It was the spring of 2022. And I think it was around June when I like officially moved into like the cabin that's back at our pond. I feel like I kind of added things while I was there, but initially I had like a wood stove, a bed, stuff to like keep my things, but I moved like all my clothing and stuff back there. So I was basically, yeah, I guess
What did like a day in that life look like?
day in that life. Well, I was still like
You wake up, what happens?
okay. Yeah, so I didn't have like a very good set routine, but it depended on when I got up, when I was working.
Right.
So like if I was, let's make it look like I did this every morning. Like the ideal was I got up, got a fire going in the stove, put like a kettle of water on. I had to bring my own water back. Like I didn't have any running water and I didn't use the pond water. So I had like a jug of water back there, but
If you boil water, doesn't it become...
yeah, I just didn't have the time to boil it long enough. So I was more like I'm just going to use water from the house.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'd get like water going for
Yep.
coffee. And then I had either a French press or like, I think it was a French press that I used
Yep.
like for coffee. So
Nice.
that would be like the ideal morning, like get up, make my own. Sometimes I'd maybe fry an egg because the stove would get super hot so that you could just like,
Yep.
but I didn't have a good size stove for the size of the cabin. So you had to, if you got too hot of a fire going, it almost became a sauna
Yeah.
in there. So, but that would have been ideal. Summer times, the pond was the quick wash off.
Yep. Those the shower.
Not everyone would be agreeable to that. I definitely showered up at the house often too.
Yep.
But and sometime like there was definitely, so I did a winter there. So I remember cutting a hole out every once in a while, or like maintaining a hole that sometimes
Nice.
I would do like a cold plunge
Yep.
as well. Not daily, but try to force myself to, or not force, but well, I guess, yeah, force myself to do it, given the benefits of cold water therapy,
Mhm.
but also like, you know, it's water.
Yep.
Clean myself. But yeah, then I'd go to work. Summer I could park like back there.
Yep.
The winter I would walk through the snow depending how.
Wow.
Yeah. It's, yeah, like it was, so yeah, definitely semi off grid. I did all my laundry up at the house.
And then
it wasn't like super,
yeah.
let's wash in the water back here.
You come home from work. What's going on then?
Yeah, probably pop into the house, see what's happening.
Fair
Again,
enough.
ideally,
Fair enough.
like if I had the stuff, I cooked a bit. I would say
Yeah.
probably more often than not I would pop in the house. Mom's already had a meal, eat there. But
Nice.
sometimes I like, if I had the time and you
Yeah.
know ingredients and wanted to, like I would kind of do the same thing on the stove.
Yep.
Maybe make some rice, or like stir fry was kind
Yeah.
of like an easy go to.
But like this cabin, it was like, do you know the measurements of it?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's hip roof. So the base I think is like 11 by 14.
Okay.
But
But then it was, or it
It
was like
kinda-
a A-frame kind of almost more. Not,
yeah, kind of like those old barn hip roof
Oh, okay.
style. Yeah, so
Yes.
it's like a
Okay.
long and then
Yeah.
I think 2 angles. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So initially when we moved it back and renovated it, we kept the floor like up pretty high, or
Mhm.
like we kept the original like 2x6s or whatever floors that were in there. So that really, like, there wasn't, I could stand up in the middle, but it wasn't much space.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing when I lived back there, I dropped the floor except for like an L shape for the stove and my bed. But now the whole floor has been lowered, and it definitely adds like
Nice.
that. I think it was maybe 10 inches of extra space.
Yep.
Just makes this space seem so much more
Yep.
open. But
You also had a garden back there, right?
yeah, still do.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you like cook out of there sometimes?
Yeah, try to if I had ingredients. Yeah,
Nice.
like using some of the fresh. I think when I would have been back there was like the first year at the garden, so I
Yeah.
don't think it did like super well. Last year, I would say better,
Yeah.
and hopefully this year it's gonna be even better. But
Nice. So
yeah.
he had a goose called Gigi. I wanted to bring this up
Oh.
for Tyler.
Yeah.
What does Gigi mean? You're a gamer man, right?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what Moses Gigi meant for this
Guard goose.
Yeah, it was guard goose.
Gargoo.
Guard
Okay,
goose,
thank you. I was
okay.
like, I have to think about this
No,
for
it's
a bit.
guard
Yes,
goose. Yeah.
GG.
Mhm.
And Rip or what?
Did I do a lot of guarding there, pal?
It was supposed. It was
Gladys?
supposed to. No.
No?
So
Tell me the story
who's
of Gigi.
listening to this? Just kidding. So I have a
Gigi have some
car.
ancestors?
Gigi does. No, I hatched
okay.
her
Okay.
in a incubator.
All right.
Yeah. sorry,
Anyways.
bump that. So
You have a car.
no, I either bought her as a duckling or hatched her. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think I bought it as a baby because she's like Chinese, like the Chinese goose, so not like
Okay.
white, but the browns. And like I said earlier, I had geese when I was younger. Just I don't know why birds just intrigue me. So Gigi, I think I had like a couple ducks, a couple chickens in this old car. So this German fellow used to garden.
Yes.
He had his old cars, his tool sheds. So when he passed, we're like, oh, how could we keep it? So I'm like, when I'm back there, let's make a chicken coop out of it. So I had all my birds in there, and then every morning I'd like let them out, just to hang out. And then they also laid eggs, so could utilize eggs for breakfast and stuff. And then at night they would typically, they usually went back in, like that was their home. So lock them in. But over time, I think it's close to the woods, so predators start like sniffing around, getting a little more comfortable, and every once in a while, like things would disappear. And just PSA for those listening, this could get a bit morbid. So if you are animal lover, you might want to skip the next little while.
How long are we saying here? Next 20 minutes.
20 seconds. No, so I come back one day and I find a duck, the body of the duck, nothing else, just the head pulled out. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I'm looking around. I don't see my goose. I don't hear it. And I look in the car, and there's Gigi, like everything there perfectly formed, just dead. I'm like, okay. So when I pull her out, I notice on the neck there's like a bite mark or something came and just like had bit the neck, nothing else. And
So something was out there
Yeah,
killing
so
for
I don't-
sport.
Yeah.
well, it took a neck of a duck, but I don't know. Yeah, and then it just
Or maybe Gigi was putting up a fight. And
maybe, and it knocked him down. But it was in the car, so the
It
thing
could
must
have
have gone
been.
in the car, or Gigi had life enough to get in. I don't know. It
Yeah.
was-
Yeah, my personal belief here is that Gigi attacked the duck, but the duck was able to bite its neck, Gigi's neck, right? And then
I think there's a third party.
no,
here.
I'm just saying
Okay.
these two. This is my personal theory.
Okay,
right, Corey?
continue.
Okay.
And so then it was just a 1v1 fight. Gigi won, but at what cost? Gigi died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Wow.
I'm thinking.
I was upset. Like, this was my
Yeah.
first ever like Chinese goose, and it was.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
But-
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to be. If you're living off grid, you might want to have a fence. And
Yeah.
Did you have a little funeral for it?
my own kind of funeral.
Nice.
Not really.
Fair enough.
I kind of had some moments of grief and then moved on,
Yep.
processed it.
So, thinking about the semi-off-grid thing again.
Yeah, talk to me.
How did that affect your perspective, or how did living like that teach you? What did you learn from it, kind of?
I think I learned that I don't need a lot of stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm minimalistic, and I don't know if I don't know. Like, I don't care if you're minimalistic or whatever, but like, it's just, you don't need a lot of things in order to like survive and thrive. I don't know if that would be like the biggest takeaway, but I think it helps slow down life a bit too. Like, in my sense, I didn't have like the amenities. So if I wanted to cook a meal, it's a process.
Yeah.
But also with that, you're just, it gives you time to kind of reflect on your day, or just like, I think for me it was good just to be able to like, it takes time. And I think the difficulty in that is I'm used to kind of, go.
Yep.
So I think that was one of the hard parts about like doing it was, when I was able to do that, I like enjoyed it, but I didn't force myself to. Like, if there was a morning I got up or didn't feel like making coffee or like building a fire, even at night sometimes, like, I'm just gonna have an extra blanket or wear an extra set of clothes in the middle of winter. But yeah, like, I would definitely do it again.
Okay.
And probably more sustainable. It wasn't like I had a fridge that was dug out into like the ground to keep things cool, but like something where, I could have maybe some of the more modern amenities.
Yeah, one of my follow-up questions was like, would you be interested in doing it in a more hardcore way, but like maybe a bit better setup? Like, if you had a little more space, you'd have your maybe like water and some of those things, like
Yeah.
like a well or
Yeah.
a little bit of this and that.
What do you mean by hardcore or more hardcore?
None of sneaking up to mom's to
Oh,
grab supper.
Yeah.
None of that. None of that.
Like I'd have water to shower and like a stove.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have
Kitchen.
indoor plumbing, but you
Yeah.
would, you'd be able to get
Well,
some
like
fresh
a
water
eco-
somehow, somewhere.
Privy or something where like a compost toilet.
Sure.
That's something I learned about the other week. that
Yep.
I'd like to look more into, but yeah, definitely. If I had kind of like, yeah, I've thought about it. I would do it like if I had the amenities that I could kind of like be sustainable
Yeah.
with what I had.
Yeah. Like, and while still grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Yes. I wasn't meaning like so hardcore.
No,
You're
but
living
like
off
be
the
able to
land.
like,
Okay.
yeah, like
He's
say
out there
for
with his bow
example,
and arrow that he crafted himself, just shooting deer.
Yeah.
shoot the rabbits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we would take the house out of the picture, and like this was my home. Is kind of what you're saying. Like I don't have any other options. Like this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be you in like the
Yeah.
forest somewhere or something.
Yeah. I would.
Maybe on the plains. I don't know, whatever.
I mean, I would
You
do
need-
something
you,
back
you want some
nearby the pond too. Like
Yeah,
could do
you
it
want
there.
you want somewhere that you can get sunlight for a garden and stuff. Probably.
Yeah.
Sounds like you enjoy that. So
Yeah. I don't know if I would like full time.
yeah.
Like I would probably
Right.
kind of do that, and like what I did like still worked, and
Yeah.
I mean maybe when I'm older and
Retired
retire, just
seems like
But-
a pretty
yeah, like if I could been sustainable, I've definitely thought
Yeah.
about like I would.
cool. Any other comments you want to put on that type of thing, or you just ready to shut her down? Or maybe
Oh,
Tyler has a
I don't
question
know.
or two.
Not really.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. I wish I did, but
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's fine.
Would you ever do it, Tyler?
it's not really my type of thing.
Yeah, that's
I,
what I thought.
I have a lot of respect for the people that do it. It's just not for me.
Yeah. I have
But
That's fair.
I have wild dreams like that sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think I've kind of put them to rest mostly, but
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
It
I
was
kinda
really
like-
cool to see like you do it. It's like the most closest person to me that I've seen like live that hardcore like
I mean,
that.
when you ask, I'm like, oh, I'm not the
No.
picture of off
No.
grid, but it was definitely a good experience, and
Yeah.
like I kind of forgot I did because it's been, I guess, last August, September is kind of when I would have. So it would have been about 14 months that,
Yeah. Wow.
which time passed pretty quickly, but I did winter.
Yeah, that's
and spent
dedicated.
probably the majority of, I would say, probably 90 to 95% of my nights I
Yep.
slept out there. The odd time I crawled in, I'm like, I don't feel like walking through the snow tonight.
Yeah.
But
Very
no,
good.
like, yeah, it was definitely a good experience.
Yeah.
Slows you down.
Yeah.
It just kind of gives you a different perspective.
Cool.
And yeah,
Well, it was fun
check
chatting
it out
with
on
you.
Airbnb now.
Oh, yeah. Put that plug in there, Mose. Where can we? What and how?
Yeah. Everyone buy it. Or-
That's why I moved out. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so you
Well,
got
kind
you
of,
got
but-
an Airbnb running on it now,
Yeah, we do.
and how do we find it?
I don't. Can you
Airbnb?
search via Airbnb? Like
I
what?
think so.
Yeah, probably.
It's
Wellesley
called
area.
Rustic Escape, maybe. I don't think our full like name is in it, but like the kind of that.
You know, if you send us a link, maybe we can put it
there
in the
you
video
go.
description.
Yeah. I mean, check it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, and
Cool.
we've done a bit more work, and we have a little like propane oven / like
Yeah.
stove. So I didn't have that when I was there.
Nice.
That's a lot more. I mean, we don't have running water. We still
Yep.
use an outhouse.
Yep.
But
Cool.
yeah, it's
There you go.
people are showing up and
Mhm.
apparently liking it. I mean,
That's-
for us, we just kind of it's
Hey,
what
you-
we grew up with, right?
Yeah.
But I guess
Yeah.
when you maybe grew up without less green space, it's
Mm.
a great space to come out and just kind of hang out, get into nature.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty close to the city.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
yeah.
Well, it was nice chatting with you, Mose.
You
Do
too, lads.
You have a random quote for us?
Kind of random. I have two that I'm gonna kind of put together.
Okay.
So
Double feature.
going along with the keeping it fresh,
Okay.
I've always used this like stay classy.
Stay classy.
Yeah. And then do I have to explain or just say it? And
Just
Explain.
okay.
Stay classy.
No, like
Oh.
the
Oh, the
other
quote?
one. My brother, like,
no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But you can if you want. Whatever you want.
I think it's more just like take it and you kind of go with it. But
Okay. Yeah, then
Um,
let's throw it out like that.
I don't know if it's random, but it's more just like my brother, I don't know, a year or two kind of told me this, but just the idea of never forget where you came from.
Hmm.
And
It's good.
yeah,
Very
so
well.
take that as it is.
Yes. Well, thanks again.
Yeah. Thank
and thank you everyone for watching and listening. Show Mose all the love in the comments.
Yes.
And what else? What else?
Like, subscribe.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Tyler's got that.
Yeah, do that or don't. I mean, hey, you don't have to. I'm not forcing you.
I am.
We're
Just kidding.
yes, Moses the
He's our
enforcer.
guard dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's our GG.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a GG.
Just
Car geese.
Whoa. Okay. Well, there go. Yeah, it's fine.
anyways, I think
my
with that our
workout.
camera set is falling apart here. It's time to
yeah.
shut her down.
It's time to go. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.